Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Rebels offense will take the first swing of the game. And as this star running back comes onto the field, everybody in the stadium knows he's going to get it. The defense knows it. Doing something about it is quite a different thing.
It's hard to stop him. He's hard to handle because he can do it in so many ways. He can run by you. He can run through you. He really has the whole package, and that's why he's a superstar, and that's why they'll feed him early and often.
Looking for a man. It's Harvin. Quickly complete. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Rebels are on the move. Leaves it with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. He'll keep it himself. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to take that push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Still on his feet at the 40. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get here. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Handoff to the single back. Got enough space. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. The offense knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And they're in for a touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he loses the ball deep in his own end.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last. He's off to the races. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Back to throw, it's Harvin. Makes a connection. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Lets it fly. Complete in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's perfect. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Tulsa is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in Chapman Stadium. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They ran it on first down, now on 2nd. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Fighting off the defender. They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Across the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They'll immediately call timeout. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 2nd down coming up. Little touch pass to the receiver.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard as well.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And a really competitive game so far. I'm talking razor-thin margins in the big statistical categories. And while it may be a broken record, turnovers are the name of the game. The team that limits them, the ones that win that turnover margin, generally speaking, are the ones that have the best chance to get that dub. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. Just about set to put toe to leather as we are deadlocked here in the 3rd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Looking to throw, it's Harvin. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Got it! He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Rebels! And that one will put them up here in the second half. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's past the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
With jet sweep pass. He's loose. The 10 gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. Offense getting set for 1st down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Fast motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Touch pass on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, 1st down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Across the 45. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball because he is dangerous in space.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball to the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run it on first and goal. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Can't wait to see how this fourth quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll try the counter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Well, they've tried to get this quarterback going, running the ball in a variety of ways, and they haven't really been able to kind of break him out just yet until that run right there. Nice individual effort on the scramble. It took a little longer than they would have liked, but maybe that's the play that's really going to sort of spark this offense and really maybe get this guy going more on the ground.
On the ground with the counter. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He'll do it himself. Makes a man miss. And he's still running after the move. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
The Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Gets rid of it. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. The officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Getting set for the point after. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Eastern Michigan rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Ypsilanti. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And you see so many of these plays now in today's football. Wide receiver coming in motion, and the quarterback catches it, just flips it forward. That's a completed pass. You see the big plays where it just lets him get on the edge really, really quickly. And if he drops the football coming in motion, it's just an incomplete pass. So these plays are getting big plays with really no risk.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And it's in for a touchdown. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. They've got him pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. They'll leave it with him. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff from the gun. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
They'll try to get the first through the air. It's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. He wants to throw. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Complete downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Looking to throw it again. Makes the catch. It's Gibbs. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Fletcher. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Biggest drive of the game right now as the clock is winding down, a chance to win it before overtime. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's out past the 35. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 45. Afterburner's coming. All the way in for the touchdown.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
Lining up for the PAT. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Now, last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. And the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Okay, 1 possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
You got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
He's got him wide open. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Throws to the tight end. Tosses it incomplete. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Harvin. A little screen to the running back. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The offense gets the timeout, 12 ticks left on the clock. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to get it through the air. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
What a fantastic job by the defense that time, forcing the incompletion. They've got the lead late, setting up 4th down. Can they come up with one more stop? If they get it, they might win this game.
Throws toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.